What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, fight day is here. Going to talk about Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. I gave my prediction for the fight yesterday, but now I'm going to go through what one of my favorite fighters of all time, Andre SOG Ward, has to say about the fight. He talks about what he thinks is going to happen, and he also says what Amir Khan needs to do to be his best in that fight. But before I do, I want to welcome you back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also for my subscribers, please check the bell icon and make sure that it's selected to get all notifications. I've gotten emails where people have told me that YouTube had deselected them, so make sure you check that. And yeah, that's what that's about. And also, hope you attend the live streams that we're going to do Monday through Friday. Also, going to be doing one for the Terrence Crawford fight. The wife and kids are out of town, so I'm going to chop it up with my fellow subscribers and boxing fans about the fight tonight, and also OG Boxing Talk tomorrow morning. Also, check out the Patreon. Got more good stuff coming up over there. So let's get to it. Andre Ward insists Amir's Khan's best won't be enough versus Crawford. However, that more than likely is an obvious conclusion, and one shared by most people, because as Amir Khan himself said, he's being written off more in this fight than he was against Canelo Alvarez. Now, let me tap you on the shoulder, Amir. The reason that that people are writing you off in this fight more than Canelo Alvarez is because of the Canelo Alvarez fight. And that was just one more example of you getting knocked out. But let's go through what my man Andre Ward has to say. He says, I think he's going to show up. Speaking of Khan, I just don't think it's enough. It's going to be enough. But I'm one, and this may be playing both sides. I try to leave a crack in the door for a guy to rise and be great. This could be his last opportunity. We know about the Kell Brook fight is in his back pocket, but will that fight really have the luster if he gets knocked out tomorrow night? Probably not. So he needs to win tomorrow night. You literally have to take it a round at a time. Amir's issue has been that he gets ahead of himself. He gets too anxious. He starts to think 3 rounds ahead instead of right now. Just focus literally on this round. Go get your instructions, get your 60 seconds rest, get your water, and then fight the next round. And if he does that, he's going to fare well. I don't see a blowout in this fight. I would be disappointed if he got blown out in this fight. You have to be very careful to stay within yourself. People talk to you about being a deer in the headlights. That basically means that the moment starts to get to you. You start to become a spectator. You start to look around like, wow, this is a big arena. There's going to be a lot of people here. You could have a great camp and you could lose it on the way to the ring if you don't stay within yourself. So for me, I enjoy it, but you can't really enjoy it. I enjoy it after I got my hand raised. I got to stay in the moment. I got to see people, but not really see them. I've got to do interviews. I've got to do promotional stuff, but I've got to check the box and get back in my mental bag. And that's what fighters have to do. Very, very interesting. In short, what he's saying is, don't choke, Amir. Don't choke. Don't let the moment get the best of you. Stay centered. Keep your brain between your ears. And again, man, just don't choke. That's the only way that I can sum up what Andre Ward said. That's interesting, man, because I'm going to be spending a good amount of time today rewatching some of Amir Khan's fights just to make sure that there's not something that I missed. I gotta admit that I kind of, dismiss Amir Khan offhand, but he's a highly skilled fighter, so he's got a chance to win that fight. But as far as what I think Andre Ward is, like he said, riding both sides of the fence, because Virgil Hunter, who's his trainer, is going to be in the corner for Amir Khan. And that's what makes me really believe that that might actually be the problem with Amir Khan, is that he gets caught up in the moment, that he's looking at the crowd and he's trying to impress people and he thinks about all those type of things, but doesn't really stay focused, stay centered on the fight. And that really is a talent, man, to be able to drown out the competition. I mean, to drown out all of the lights, the action, all of that stuff, just to stick with your game plan. That's something that that Errol Spence talked about in the preparation for his fights as well. And he's somebody that, as a young fighter, was successful doing that when he went over there to the O2 Arena to fight Kell Brook back in 2017. He was able to go overseas, stay focused in a big arena, in a big moment, by drowning everybody out and staying really, really focused on his fight. That's the same thing he said that he was able to do when he fought Mikey Garcia in the Dallas Stadium. Excuse me, I forget the name of the arena there, but the Cowboy Stadium, and I think it might be the AT&T Arena, or the AT&T. Actually, it's the AT&T Stadium, and they had over 40,000 people, pushing up on 50,000 people there. To be able to focus in that type of environment at your hometown, that really says something about the guy. Also, obviously, there were guys like Floyd Mayweather Jr., who would constantly rely on the fact that he knew how to perform under the big lights, and would tell his opponents that, it changes when you're underneath them big lights and everybody, the center of attention's on you. One guy for sure that I know choked up underneath those lights when he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. was Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz, absolutely, man. It's like you could tell, man, that the moment got the best of him and he wound up getting knocked out trying to hug Floyd Mayweather Jr. Man, I don't know what that dude was thinking. Also, Deontay Wilder talked about having that experience in his fight with Tyson Fury, and how he let the moment get him. That was his first pay-per-view event, first time he's headlining a pay-per-view event, and how that kind of, he believed affected his performance. But now that he's gone through that, he has that experience, he's going to be able to deal with it a little better next time. So, obviously that is a very real phenomenon. So the question remains, though, will Amir Khan be able to do it? Especially since I do agree, man, with Andre Ward that more than likely his career is on the line on this. Personally, I think he should have taken that Kell Brook fight first. Not because I think he would have had any better a chance of beating Kell Brook than he has of beating Terrence Crawford, but because it's just a much more natural matchup. And it's a fight that has been, the people have had their eyes on for years. And it's something that could provide some closure to the question about who the best, middleweight guy. And when I say middleweight, I don't mean 160 pounds. I mean the middleweight divisions, right? 140, 147, 154, right? Who is the best UK fighter? And specifically who the best fighter is between those two guys. And it's just a shame that more than likely that fight's not going to happen, because Amir Khan is going to get beat up in this fight with Terrence Crawford. Now, Andre Ward said he doesn't expect a blowout. I don't know, man. I think that might just be wishful thinking, because, he doesn't want to see his godfather's charge lose in the manner which most people are expecting him to lose. I did a video yesterday, and my thoughts on it is somewhere around the 10th round. I expect Terrence Crawford to get him out of there. But there is a lot of people, and there definitely is a chance, man, that it might be it'll be a competitive fight for several of the first rounds up until the point where Terrence Crawford figures him out. There is a chance, however, that I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm just not a believer in guys, and I have a hard time trusting guys that have suspect chins. And now you add onto it a dynamic that Andre Ward is bringing up about the ability to focus under the big lights, and it just seems like a bad matchup. But anyway, I respect Andre Ward. I respect his opinion, and I think that was really good insight into a fighter's experience in a big fight. And with that, I'm out. Peace.